Fractions and decimals. Compare using a number line. What are they? Fractions represent equal parts of a whole or a collection. Decimals are numbers that have a decimal point followed by digits. Why? To be more precise in measurements. Interesting fact. Grasshoppers can jump about 25 centimeters or 10 inches high and around 1 meter or 3 feet long. If humans can jump as far as grasshoppers do relative to size, then we could leap more than the length of a football field. Now let's take a look at the steps in order to do these type of questions. Step 1, highlight the number. Step 2, put the other numbers on the graph. So let's read the question. Circle the numbers that are greater than 1/2. So 1/2 is the number that we need to focus on. So let's highlight it or box it or do something similar. Now let's go ahead and talk about 0.85. So we know, since we're dealing with a decimal, we can look at the green numbers and we know that it has to be between 0.8 and 0.9. And let's put it on the graph. Now let's go ahead and take a look at 0.2. Now let's find the green numbers and use them. 0.2 is here. So we can go ahead, put it on the graph. Now we're going to be dealing with 3/4. So let's go ahead and look for the fractions. It's here. It's above my mouse. So now we can go ahead, put it on the graph. Now we can go ahead and take a look at the next one, the 0.30. If we remember correctly, 0.30 is the same thing as 0.3. So it's about there. So let's put it on the graph. The next one that's going to be a little bit more difficult is the 4/6. Okay, if you don't know it, then you can draw to help you. So let's draw it out. So if you draw a circle, you separate it into 6 equal parts, and you highlight it, and you highlight 4 of them, and you can see that it is very similar to this one, which is about 2/3. Now, even if you don't know the decimal or the fraction of what it is, but you can see that it is more than half. So what it is going to be 0.6666, and so it is going to be here. So in between 0.6 and 0.7. So once again, even if you didn't know it, you can realize by looking at it that it's more than half. And now we need to circle numbers that are greater than half. And there we have it. We hit 3 numbers, 0.85, 3/4, and 4/6. Now let's take a look at the next one. Circle the numbers that are greater than 6/10. So let's go ahead and highlight 6/10 or box it or do something. And now we can go forward with the numbers below. So let's take a look at 0.4. 0.4 here. Let's put it on the graph. Now let's take a look at 0.90. Once again, remember, if it's the extra 0 in this case doesn't mean anything. So we know it's the same as 0.9. So we can go ahead and put it on the graph. Now we can go ahead and take a look at 6/8. If you don't have that one memorized, then you can go ahead and draw a picture. Okay, so we drew a circle separated into 8 equal sections, highlighted 6 of them. Okay, what does that look like? Well, if we take away some of the lines, it looks like 3/4. Where's 3/4? Boom, right there. So now we can put it on the graph. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and take a look at 0.32. Where is that exactly? It's in between 0.3 and 0.4. So put it on the graph. And then finally, we're going to take a look at 2/10. And now we need to look at the fraction. 2/10 is right there. Put it on the graph. Now we need to circle the numbers that are greater than 6/10. There's only 2 of them. And it's 0.90 and 6/8. Okay, so now let's take a look at no, it's your turn. So here we go. So pause the video so you can answer these questions on your own time. And then I'll show you the answers in 3, 2, and 1. Here are the answers. If you got them correct, well done. If you didn't, there's always tomorrow.